Things need to be aligned with you intellectually in order for you to have a passion for it. That's why I always say the 5 is about conflict through peace. You need to still gain knowledge about something in order to decide. We have the 2 of Pentacles. So this is about choices in regards to your materialism. And because he is looking in his book, this is giving me that this is a time for reflection. And traditional tarot, the 2 of Pentacles is about balance. Like he's actually physically juggling 2 things. But in the 2 of Pentacles in this deck, I'm seeing that this is actually looking further. Like you need to still gain knowledge about something in order to decide, in order to make a decision. And also with this card as well, he has his 2 fingers up, which is often associated with Baphomet, as above so below. So I'm getting that there's like 2 sides. There's some polar. We have the 5 of Wands, and 5s are about conflict. So there's something that you're not agreeing with, like your passions aren't aligning, you're not aligning with specific people, getting like you're burnt out. And we have an Ace of Cups at the back of the deck. So this is telling me something's blossoming through fruition, something's blossoming through a actual it's coming through, the blossoming is coming through an offering. Once this offering comes, there's going to be a blossoming, but it can also be like a blossoming through a drink or something to do with liquids, water, emotions, which cups are associated with emotions. But I'm also getting like you have to accept the drink in order for the blossoming to happen. Like the actual act of giving and receiving has to be either already given in order to blossom or received to be blossomed. So there has to be action and connection to the emotions in order to see the cultivation of it, in order to see the elimination of it in your life, in the physical aspect in regards to the pentacles, the actual materialism. 8 of Pentacles is about continuously working. And I'm also seeing, again, there's like 2 sides holding up 2 hands, pointing to divination. So again, this like, you still need to look into something that you're interested. There still needs to be this cultivation of knowledge. You're still taking in information in order to make a decision. But there's looking, 2 hands pointing on either side above you. There's 2, even if it is 9 of Cups, there is a holding of 2 cups on either side. I'm getting like there's 2 sides to a book. So there are those certain books where like the back side is actually the beginning and the end side is actually, or like the end side is actually the beginning and the beginning is actually an end. And I don't know why I'm getting that message. And we're gonna see what the 5 of Wands is. But 5s always connect with me in regards to there's a resolution through conflict. So you have to like push through. So a decision that you may need, and this might be why you need to really cultivate that you still need to collect all the information, because you're afraid that the decision you make is actually going to create conflict. It's going to create too much, going to be the bad guy, which I know as a Libra Sun and Libra Mars, we don't often want to be. We don't want to be the bad guy. We just want peace. But at this situation, you're going to find peace through conflict. Like a blossoming of something is going to occur once you take the step forward to make the decision of what you actually want, of what actually you're seeking, and not like playing the devil's advocate while you're like, oh, I could do this, I could drink a little from this cup, or I could drink a little from that cup. No, you have to take a decisive sip from the cup, from one cup, and that decisive sip is going to create blossoming. It's going to create possibility. It's going to create a cultivation of growth and abundance in that cup. But 9 of Cups in the traditional tarot, it's about, he's kind of like, in traditional, he's in Like he's smug, like it's about gratitude, it's about being grateful for what you already have. But in this deck, again, it's about like, I'm getting that even if you have the Nine of Cups, you're like taking a sip. So maybe it is taking a sip from your own cups. The Ace of Cups at the back of the deck. It's actually taking a sip from your own cup. Oh, and you know what's interesting? The back of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. We have a Tower. And again, we have a Five of Swords, which is telling me there's a conflict of mind. There's something in regards to your intellectual foundation is not firm. Your foundation is not grounded. So I'm getting that you finally taking a sip of that cup, making a choice that accepting a cup is actually going to finally make that like, okay, this is what you want, and it's going to make that change. And the Tower is about change. It doesn't have to be a dramatic change, but it is going to break down what is no longer needed to the bare bones. And conflict can help us understand that our passions are not aligned, our intellect are not aligned, and it's going to complete a pattern. Either it's going to end a cycle, going to cultivate a new beginning through the world. It is through this Ace of Cups that you will cultivate change, and things will be revealed to you of what is not aligned with you intellectually, what is not aligned with you and your passions. And with the Five of Wands, I'm getting like there needs to be a balance, like there needs to be a coordination of your patterns, because there's something that's like things are misaligned, they're not aligned anymore. You're not working together, and by not working together, you're not going anywhere. So you have to think about that in regards to the five. The five is about conflict. That's why I always say the five is about conflict through peace, or you will find peace. You want peace, it will be through conflict. So you really have to stop avoiding that conflict by trying to take in as much information, like, oh, well, maybe I can avoid this situation if I get more knowledge. And as an air sign, you're going to see that I'm getting like accepting an emotional offering is actually going to be what you need in order to break down a system to its bare bones, and realizing like it was not intellectually aligned with you at all. And that's important for you as an air sign, Libra. Things need to be aligned with you intellectually in order for you to have a passion for it. But I'm definitely getting like you're trying to receive more information about it. You're trying to align to, like, you're taking a sip from your own cups. So it is, again, even in this deck, it is still going back to the Nine of Cups is still going back to taking a sip from your own cup. So maybe the Ace of Cups is actually from your own cup. You give yourself. It's self-love. You know what? I'm gonna stop waiting, and you have all these cups and you have no one to share with them. And a sense of gratitude is also having gratitude for what you already have, and maybe even playing the devil's advocate and taking a little bit from your own cup as a little temptation of feeding into that shadow of yourself. But there is a time where you need to just stop looking to the book, trying to gain more knowledge of what you need to do. Especially, I mean, he has eyes on his forehead, so that, again, like crown chakra, swords energy, where you feel like, oh no, I don't have enough information. Yes you do. You're an air sign. Like, as an air sign, if we continue to like, oh, I don't have enough, it would never come. We would never find a resolution. We would never come to a decision, because there would be more information. Information never stops, because that's the point of an air sign. We love information. Even like intellectually with the cups, it's like, or emotionally, we need relationships that feed our intellectuality. So you might see that intellectually the passion isn't aligned with your intellect. People are matching, everyone's going either way, and it's just like there's a point where you have to, like, you realize a conflict is actually a resolution, because the conflict actually shows you what is misaligned with you. And instead of continuously fighting with people and trying to make things work, You just let things fall away. You just let it all break down. Kind of like in this Nine of Cups imagery where he's just like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to feed into my own cups, and I'm not going to share with others because just like, fuck it, bro. Like, I'm gonna enjoy my own empire. I'm gonna enjoy what I have built up that emotionally will feed myself, emotionally feed me. I'm not gonna continuously try to gain more information in order to navigate other people's bullshit. Oh, you need to go here, and you need to try to create peace. No, I'm not going to be the peacemaker, because you see he has his hand up, and then down here it tells me like someone's that trying to cultivate peace by ordering people around, and it's kind of giving like a control freak, where it's like, well, there's chaos. You're trying to control chaos. That's not possible. You have the Tower. That's not possible. So you have to accept that you'll realize that, oh, when I accept something nourishing, you're going to have a breakdown. That's what I'm getting. Like, you accept something and it's going to confuse you, because you're going to be like, what the fuck? As a Libra, you're going to be like, what the fuck? I accepted the cup, which is supposed to, with the Nine of Cups, the added cup is supposed to turn into the Ten of Cups, happiness, joy. No, it's going to turn into the Tower, which is needed, because it's going to make you realize, oh shit, this wasn't aligned with me anyway, so why am I trying to make this shit work? It's not working. I'm going to break it down and build up again. The world. I'm going to break it down. We're not going to try to do this Tetris with the swords. We're going to break it down, cut the bullshit, and start over. That's what the world is about. It's starting over, renewal, ending cycles. It's kind of like death and the Fool in one card, the world. And even with the Five of Swords, the hand isn't all the way down, but it's as above, so below. Your intellect has to match your physical realm in regards to the Two of Pentacles. It doesn't matter how much knowledge you seek, how much knowledge you gain if it doesn't match your physical realm. I'm getting like it doesn't matter how much you elevate spiritually if there's conflict in your life. There's something misaligned. Your passion is misaligned, your intellect is misaligned, and there needs to be a breakdown. And it doesn't mean it has to be a full, complete, like, empire falls down. It could just be like half of the tower gets broken down and then you build up from there. Or you just cut out people that are not aligned with you and you start over, or you do something. But it all starts from accepting. And I'm getting with the Nine of Cups, it's actually from your own cup. And the Nine of Pentacles is continuously work. I don't think I really talked about the Nine of Pentacles. Kind of skipped that. The Nine of Pentacles is about whatever you're working on is to continuously work on, focus on that. So again, the Nine of Pentacles with the Nine of Cups actually work well together, and the Nine is actually about ending cycles, which I know, like, with the numerology, people often associate 10 as ending, but in numerology, the 9 is actually ending cycles. So if you're like a 9 in your life numerology number, you're like, why as a Libra sun, why do all my relationships fall through? And I learn more when I have new beginnings, endings. Why do I learn better with, oh, you might be in a 9 in numerology? But it's all through self-knowledge, because Nine of Pentacles is looking to the skies, guidance, divine guidance, and the Two of Pentacles is looking at the books. It's still focusing on your own shit.